Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to your daily spiritual growth tarot with just a little bit of astrology. Of course, for the deeper goings into of all things astrological, the weekly is always uploaded on Thursdays, and the timestamps are in there, so you can fast forward ahead. But the main thing for today is the moon here at 16 degrees Cancer. So Cancer is oriented towards growth, and growth in ways that keep us safe and protected and nurtures and is warm and generous and caring. And it's in a sextile over to Jupiter and the Sun. So there's probably, and especially with Jupiter's retrograde, but I don't necessarily think I don't know that any of the retrogrades are bad or challenging. But Jupiter in Taurus can have a lot of blissful experiences with things that we own and care about, but it's always about self-preservation and the things that we value, because Taurus, of course, is ruled by Venus. And then with the Sun on the other side, there's some light shining. There's a bit of a spotlight into work habits, diet habits, or dietary needs, hygiene, health, small animals, our beloved little pets, and all things ruled by Virgo. And Virgo, to me, most of all, is creating divine order. When you really get inside of it, it might take a long, painstaking process to get there. Most of all, we have to let go. Ooh, two at once, okay. We have to let go of needing to be perfect when it comes to Virgo. Oh, here's the last one. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. All right, we have... Oh, that's interesting. You know what I'm feeling like the main message with this one here, with the Sun reverse, is that it's the end of summer. I know it's not the first day of fall yet. That doesn't come until I think the 23rd, I think. This year, well, I have to run those charts and see, but the equinox that's coming up. I love it this time of year, though. It's not hot, at least where I am. It cools down at night, and you can open things up in the morning and cool everything down, and then don't even need the air conditioning at all. By the afternoon, there's enough of a breeze to, cool you off if you need. But that's where I am, and I don't know if that's your experience where you're living. So I'll read this in both ways. So this, with the Sun reversed, it could be that things are cooling off. It could also be that there's a little bit of feeling like just a little down. Not anything bad. It's kind of hard to mess up the Sun. Maybe just a little less joyous today than you normally are. But don't let me rain on or piss in your Cheerios or any of that crap. You guys let me know how it goes for you. And sometimes when the cards come through reversed, it's just a lesson in what the meanings are. So with the Sun reversed, there can be a little lessening of vitality of, think of the Sun as being our core energy, our life force. And it can also be maybe something that didn't work out the way we wanted, and especially just for the morning. And other times it can be feeling a little pessimistic, a little like put upon, like, oh God, why do I have to do all this? And maybe it's Saturday and there's so much to do to get caught up, and maybe you can have tomorrow off, right? And maybe we're all healing up from a very busy summer. My goodness, the news has been crazy this week, right? I mean, that Sun conjunct Mercury in Virgo, yeah, that brought a whole lot of political happenings through, like I knew it would. So with our, I just heard surf with this card, just surf with our King of Cups here. He's sitting there, and I mean, he is like floating in water. So the image, I heard surf. We've got, looks like a little bit of a whale back there, and definitely fish. maybe dolphin and a fish, I'm not sure, and a ship. So flowing with your feelings, and he is the epitome of wisdom and generosity. He has very good reasoning abilities because all the kings are ruled by air, but then also the element of whatever suit, and in this suit it's water. So it's that ability to just flow, like the way anyone that's a good surfer can ride the waves. So maybe it's just about flowing with whatever feelings are coming up. It's temporary to feel a little down this morning if you are. And then later on in the evening with the Two of Cups reversed, this could have a little bit of or maybe what the down about is a little bit of a relationship issue. Because Two of Cups is often just a lack of interest, a little bit of an imbalance in relationship, or it could be a health imbalance. Both of these cards definitely can relate to health because, of course, we have the caduceus there, which is, often like a doctor relationship. So maybe someone out there is looking for a new doctor. There's that possibility. And if you are, the guidance here is to go for one who cares. Because the King of Cups is often a professional, it can be doctor, it can be a lawyer, it can be a therapist. It's definitely someone who's wise. The King of Cups has wisdom, as do all the kings, but especially with the cups, with the suit of cups, it's about caring. So there's something about relationships, and the life force of relationships need to be nurturing and caring and growth oriented. He goes so well with the Cancer moon. And gee, what sign do we have here with the Two of Cups? We have Mars in Cancer. So there's that energy towards nurturing and the growth of a relationship that can grow only when it's nurtured. Relationships don't grow when they're not nurtured, right? Because people feel like they don't care. Well, that person doesn't care. They're not around, or they're not present, or even when they are around. So it could be some things like that. It could be these could be not people in your life, but just awarenesses that come up. This could relate to your dad, who did his best to care, but that meant that he couldn't be home. And it left you feeling kind of down when you're little, and maybe there's some processing of that today. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be an all-day thing. That's how it goes. The more you're adept in surfing with your feelings, going into your feelings and feeling things fully, then the faster the process goes for you. At first it's like, you access something and it takes a week, and you still don't know if you're totally processed through. And usually, when it takes that long, we're not, because there's this spiraling in of the process where we're pulling out weeds of false beliefs as we go. But later on, when you're used to surfing through your emotional body or your feelings, and it does bring up things in your body too, because your emotional body holds. Our emotional body is our connective tissue, and if you're bringing more consciousness into yourself, it's going to affect your body, and sometimes those areas that are affected are a little owie, just a little, what? Oh, I'm not used to being there, right? So be gentle with yourself in the healing process, whatever you're going through. Like I always say, just love yourself through it best you can. But just also know, too, that the more adept you are with surfing with your feelings, not only the more wisdom do you have about yourself, it also relates to all of life and others. And also that it goes faster. The more adept you are, the faster the process is. So you can be up and down in 10 minutes eventually. It seems to go from, months to weeks to days, hours, sometimes minutes. Okay, well, that's all I have for today, you guys. Take good care. Bye.